Okay, perfect. Okay, I cannot tell you. I just love you guys so much. And there's so much I want to say. Like my brain is buzzing. I don't know who was just on the last Zoom, but please mark it in your calendars again. The 1st and the 25th of every month, this year for sure, there will be a call by corporate. And it doesn't mean it will always be, it's those dates. But those dates, if they ever fall on a weekend, they will pivot. So they will never have a Saturday or Sunday call. But just know the 1st and the 25th at the same time, there will always be a call. And they are designed because our FAB wants to set us up for success with the awesome product that is coming that is going to change everything. So not all of you got to hear Daniel's song, but I had Daniel's song as the incentive, right? For people that put 10 people through ITT. And the people that got to listen to him, oh, I I need everybody to hear it. So I'm going to have to post it, but it's not to go against those that earned it. They got to hear it first. But you guys, he blew my mind. He blew our mind. But here's a big takeaway, okay? Daniel's song has been in the top of every company he's been in. He's been in 3 companies. The one he was at before this one, he said, like, they became, I think, $1 billion company from their weight loss product, okay? So he said, he calls vanity wellness when you can see a before and after. And with LifeVantage, he tells people, what if I could help you possibly look younger on the outside and feel younger on the inside? Would you be interested? And then he said, imagine if you could throw one more thing in there, one more thing in there. And he said, it's because of our foundation, yes, of what we have is why he said yes. But he said it's because of where we're going. That's why he came over to LifeVantage. So holy moly, like again, I just don't want anybody wishing, I don't want anybody looking back to June and July, to July, starting today, the last 6 months, the last half of the year, and saying, I wish I would have. I don't want that for anybody. Again, now is the time to build relationships. Now is the time to connect with people. Now is the time then to let people know that you are a part of this company, right? You just want as many people connected to you as possible so that when it comes out and when we're showing before and afters and when we're putting it out there, they want to know exactly what you're doing and your business goes off the charts. There, I remember Stu Brody always talking about when he was in New Skin, and he said sometimes there's these products that come into your life and into your company, and before you know it, overnight, businesses change, businesses catapult because momentum happens. So, that being said, I want to do some congratulations really quick, and then we're going to get to the woman of the hour. Okay, so I want to celebrate our June Gem ranks. Onyx first, that is 500 to 999. We had a couple first timers. Our first time Onyx qualifiers were Cassie DeBoer. Congratulations, Cassie. And Carrie Kerfeld. So congratulations to Carrie. Please tell her we talked about her, Gloria. And then we also had Sandra Froling, Michael Powell, Tammy Marstein, Doris Westra, Joyce Wood, Dr. Katie Kangas, Crystal Sale, Beth Gustafson, Nicole Larson, Mary Dockendorf, Kathy Brandon, Jeanette Palmer, Jean Reed, and Holly Freeman. And then our Emerald, which is 1,000 to 1,999. So they're getting an extra 10% back. We had Kim Farniak, Jeannie Ebeling, the chic little haircut girl, Jennifer Schreiner, Dan Desmond, Kristen Storm, Tiffany Dubeck, it was her first time at Emerald, and Christy Westmoreland, it was her first time at Emerald as well. And then we had a lot of sapphires, more than normal, which I'm so excited about. This is 2,000 to 3,999. That's an extra 15% back. It was Sheila Powell, Laura Nowicki, Dot Stark, Dean and Lori Elverud, Vicky Meyergard, Tina Van Heel, Jen Pensinger, myself, and Mary Sawada was a first-time Sapphire. Did you know that, Glow? Yes, first time for her. So congratulations to them. And then our Diamond qualifiers. Let's all get ourselves to Diamond. I'm telling you, if we all got to Diamond with a customer base that is 4,000 or more, that alone would be huge for when the next product comes out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Christy Spaniel was a diamond. She had 4,675 in volume. Jen Dykstra had 4,720 in volume, and Gloria Brinker had 6,426 in volume, and she became an MC3. Right. Okay. Gloria. Okay. Goodness sakes. I've been crying like nonstop for the last 2 days. Okay, and then on Gloria's team, Gloria, also Lisa Strangler became a consultant too. So that's huge for Lisa Strangler. Okay, so holy moly. So we're going to talk about this more next week, and we're going to talk about setting yourself up and building a roadmap for the new incentive cruise. We don't know where, but we know it's a cruise. I don't know if they were supposed to give that away tonight on the call, but they did. So we'll talk about that next week, but just know that qualifications for the next incentive trip starts this month and it goes through March of 2025. And it is all about utilizing the ERA tracker, the enroll, retain, and achieve. So enrollments are going to be in your favor. If you get enrollment tracks, that's going to get you double points in the month of July. So just think about that as you're out and about. It's so easy when it's summer and we're out and about to kind of take our foot off the gas. I want you to enjoy your life and be as present as possible. And I'm just saying, when we are out and about, allow yourself to be your confident self. Allow yourself to connect and talk to people and get connected and start conversations. It does not mean you're out hunting for a customer. It means you're out being your best self and making connections. That's what it means, right? So think about that while you're out. Okay, so Gloria became an MC3. This is 40,000 in volume, in group sales volume. You guys, after the last auto ship subscription went out on the 25th, Gloria was at 25,698 in volume. This is June 26th. She was at 25,698. She ended the month at 40,000. Here is a key that I need you to know. I would have never known that Gloria would want to go for MC3 with that volume. I would have never known. But what Gloria did is she reached out and she texted myself and Sean and Michelle. And she said, okay, 153 text messages sent. Took me a while because I also looked up and texted the customers about loyalty points to be used up. Already helped 2 people place orders and 3 more texts saying thanks for reminders. So now I did my best, let God take care of the rest. And she continued to update us. I'm this far away, I'm this far away, I'm this far away. And then I found myself like a meme going, update, 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 wanting to know where she was at. But because she told us, I wasn't able to reach out to those leaders on her team. And I know she didn't let people on her team know she was going after a goal. It's not who she is. It's not who any of you are, right? You don't want to make them feel bad. You don't want to make them feel pressure to place an order and spend money. So I do that. So I reached out to them and I told them that Gloria was going after a goal and that she was super close. And had anybody placed their order yet? Did anybody have anyone on their team that needed to place their order yet? Had they reached out to their customers? Do they have anyone that needs to place an order to help her get that volume? Because that's what teammates do. But the first key was her telling us. She put it out there. She let us know. So then we knew I was locked in until as late as I needed to be to help this woman get to 40,000. And she did. So Gloria, I first want you to tell people why. Why did you want to do it? Make sure you unmute.
Well, because you always want to set your next goal and your next goal. And I don't really know why this month was the time. Because I mean, I've been at like 35, 34, 37. I've been at those before. I don't really know why. I think sometimes it's about maybe like doing even some self-assessment, self-awareness, or things like that. And I did recently invest, and I know, Tanya, you've talked about this many times, personal growth, personal growth, personal growth. And so I really had to find like what do I need to do? And so I did go through it's called Redefining. I'm looking at my book here, but Redefine Success for Women. And it's written by January Donovan. And so I learned a lot in there about myself and even about like all different parameters of life of my life. And so one thing that I remember that they had said is that your dreams should be something that is like unobtainable, something that you think this could never happen, never ever ever happen. And that's where all of us need to set our dreams at. Like, what is your dream? So if my dream was like, I want to get to 40,000, well, you set that dream, it's nearly unattainable, unachievable. And then your goals are actually the things that you know that you can do to accomplish something. So your dreams, like I said, your dreams are kind of like far out there. So you're supposed to write down your dreams or tell someone about your dream, which is what then I did when I reached out to you and Sean and Michelle. So you set your dream, and it's like, and I even said too, like, this is nearly impossible, but we're going to give it a shot. That's what I said, because I don't know. And if you don't obtain your dream right away, well, you just keep working towards that dream. But your goals then are the things that you can obtain. And so it's like, what was my goal then? My goal was to be like, okay, I need my list. And then when I was going there, I was like, wait a minute, some of these are customers. What if they have some dollars, some loyalty points or some loyalty dollars in there? So then that was my next thing. So that's another goal. Then it's like, okay, my goal was I got to make my list. Then my next goal is I got to find the customers who have those extra things. And then my next one was like, okay, now my next goal that I'm very controllable of is like, I can text 153 people. So those are my three goals. That's what I have control of. And then it's like, then, you just put it out. I'm a very Christian woman. So I just put it out to God. I let Tanya and Michelle and Sean know, just so you know, if you guys could send some prayers. And I said, be sending some good thoughts and prayers my way. And now I did my best. And I just got to see what happens. Well, I'll just let God take care of the rest. And then he really kicked it in gear on Sunday. I'll tell you what, he really did, And so even for me to, like I said, just do some personal growth and that's a great thing to invest in. But that was a great takeaway that I had from them. Set your dreams high, unobtainable. And I would say, but what are the goals that I can actually do to get me to that dream? And then you just let it happen. And that's all I did on Sunday. I just let it happen. So
Such a great reminder, like to have that vision and have those goals that only God, right? Those
right.
goals that allow you to see how big our God is, because this is something that could only happen because of him and through him. And that's what I told them this morning too, Gloria, because Michelle's like, well, maybe you should say something. And I'm like, well, I go, here's the thing with Gloria. I'm like, I know that when she sets her mind to something like this, or when she does anything, never ever have I felt her feel stressed, feel pressure, Like she's just so light about it. Like I hear her Minnesota laugh through it. I hear her giggle. And I just hear her like truly trusting that I'm going to do this and it'll happen if it's supposed to happen. But if it doesn't, like you don't get worked up about it. You don't worry about it. You don't stress. And that alone is such a beautiful reminder for us to just let it go. We can only control what we can control. So back to your 153 texts, 153 people, were these all your customers like present and past? Or who did you choose to send those 153 texts to?
So I went and then I opened up my subscription volume, my total organization subscription, the people who were subscribers, because I thought, well, they're already familiar with the product. And so I just need to maybe just send them out a reminder. So I opened that up and that was 224. Now that's not just mine, that's my entire organization. Okay. And so then I looked to see which ones had already placed an order. I clicked on that top thing where it said last order placed. You know what I mean? And so I clicked on there and then I looked, and anybody who had placed an order from the 26th to the 30th, well, I didn't call them or I didn't text them because they've already placed their order. Okay.
Mhm.
So then I would think I was left with 185 individuals. And then a lot of my own, like I have like a group text that goes out to about like 14 people. And so then I took them off because they had already received a text from me earlier. And then I was left with that 153. And then of the 153, then I went on to the people that are on, is it called on Evolve or on what is in the back office where you can see what their loyalty points are? People that
Okay.
are on um customers on
On
on the circle,
the
what's it
evolve
called?
plan or the reward circle?
The reward circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So customers in my total organization that's in that reward circle. And so then I took the list, the 153, I just plunked it into downloaded into an Excel spreadsheet, you know, and then I copied that off. And then I went through each one and wrote down behind there, like they have $10, they have $50, they have $40, they have whatever, because I wanted them to know that they could get the 30% off. Plus they could put any reward dollars that they had extra. So actually, they could really get quite a large sum of money off if they, depending on how they would place the orders. But I just wanted them to be aware of it.
Mhm.
And so I would say most people didn't text me back at all because I didn't. My text was, I wanted you to be aware of this, and I listed out all the stuff that was 30% off. Like I listed it all out. And then I said, please know it's as simple as you logging into your account, placing your order. The 30% will automatically come off. If you have any questions, let me know. So for the most part, nobody texted me back just because they had all the information that they needed, right? And I did have like one person who said they couldn't find their password, so I helped them to reset their password. And then two other people that I actually helped them to place orders. One person texted back and said, "Stop, like I'm automated something." So whatever, I thought it was kind of funny. But the rest of them didn't text back at all, and that was okay because they had the information that they needed. It was just a reminder. And then
Mhm.
any customers, then on the end, I said, and please also know, it appears that you have like up to $30 in reward that you could use, that you could potentially use towards this order for even a bigger discount. Reach out if you have questions. And that, so I really didn't get a lot of work back because I kind of gave them all the information
Mhm.
that they needed. Now, what I didn't do, which I perhaps could have done, is I could have also reached out to those people that were not on subscription, but I only really reached out to my entire downline um, to uh, for the people who were subscribed. So that's where I got my list from.
Amazing. And so did you did you like write out a text and then you were copying and pasting that text and then plugging in the numbers that pertain
But
to that person?
to that customer.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love,
Yeah.
okay.
So I just
So
copy pasted, copy pasted.
how long did that take you?
From when I went, and Bill and I, you know, we were so busy that day, like so busy. But I remember to share it with your spouse though, to say, this is what I want to do. And so I did with him. And we had to clean out a freezer. I mean, we had like many, many, many tasks to do. And so he's like, you go do that. I'm going to clean up this freezer. And then his sister called and she needed her lawnmower fixed. So he's like, okay, we have to, and it's an hour drive. And so I said, well, I'm texting while we're driving then. And then that's then how it was. And so I would say all total, it was like probably 2.5 hours. And I'm talking from the very first open my back office, figure out, download it, then write all those customer volume in there, print it off. And then I took that and my cell phone and I'm like, okay, Billy, I'm ready to go. Let's go. And so when we got to his sister's house, I'm like, I'm not done yet. You tell her I'm working my business just for a little bit and I'll be right out. Okay. And so then that's what I did. And then yeah, so I would say I'll total 2.5 hours. And then on the way home, it was probably about 7:30 at night. Then he's like, well, was it worth it? And I said, what?
Yeah.
And he goes, the 2.5 hours. And I said, I don't know. My volume's up by $4,000. And he goes, ooh, I'd say that's worth it.
Oh,
So then
oh,
that was so fun. It was fun. Yeah.
so good. And it's such an important lesson because throwing myself under the bus here, I don't know how often, like in my 13 years, I'm working or I'm texting or I'm doing something. And then someone in my family wants my attention and I'm like, no, I got to get this done. And they have no idea that I need to get it done or that maybe I'm working towards something. So if I would have communicated it on the front end, maybe it wouldn't become a thing in the moment, right? So the
Exactly.
fact that you communicated it with Bill before you did it, and then having his support like you did, especially when
Mhm.
you got to your destination,
I
and
know.
him still allowing you to stay in the car while he opened the door so you wouldn't overheat. Like, it's just the greatest story. It's just
Yes.
the greatest story. And 2.5 hours, Gloria, to gain 15,000 in volume,
Well, it
get
was seven. It was
to,
like 7,000 just that day. It was 7,000.
well, okay.
Even so.
Oh, just 7,000 in a
Well, no,
day.
but I mean, it was the
My
whole 15 because
goodness.
that was,
That alone is
that
another
was,
rank.
yeah.
But you guys, her getting to MC3, she gains 2 more levels in her business that she's going to get paid on. 6 more% that she's going to get paid on. 6 more%,
I didn't know
right?
that.
It's
I didn't
just,
know that.
yes, 2 more levels come with MC3. And then also the example that you're setting, not only for your team, but for all of us, because we are one, we are family. And when someone like you takes the lead and does what you did and shows us that it's possible and shows us that it's possible to send 153 texts and your thumbs will still work and you'll still be married and everything will still be okay. Like, it's just such a beautiful example of what's
Mhm.
possible. I would love for you real quickly, I'm going to share my screen and I would love for you to show everybody and walk me through exactly what reports you used so that everyone knows for themselves if they want to, like in July, if they're looking to like start their enrollment, I mean, just help their enrollment track process and points, and they want to go to old customers or they want to let people know they have points they could use. Which ones was it that you used when you were doing
Well,
this?
I think because I did it a different way. I went through my dashboard, but I don't think that matters, huh? Does it? Or can you just go through? I think if you click on, um, so if you, yeah, scroll up, because can I control it from here or no? I don't think so.
No,
Whoop,
sorry.
whoop, whoop. I, well, just go to subscribers, click on that, see what happens. I don't really know if I did it. There's so many different ways to get in. Nope, I didn't
Mhm.
do that. So go back to the dashboard
Okay.
and, I need to click on where that little thing is where it says your volume. Oh, no, go back, go back down, go back. See where it says, where it says your total volume. So right there, right. I clicked on that.
Here.
Yes, I clicked on that. And then, no, that's not what I did. What did I do? Okay, what did I do? Okay,
You
go to,
hadn't gone to a report, yes?
no, I went to
You went through,
How do you find out who's on your subscriptions?
well, you'd go to your subscribers.
But you have nobody in there. Oh, because it's a new month. Or what? Was there one that shows like when their last order date was or something? Or
Well, here we go. If you go
no.
to,
Okay, no, I know what I did. Go to detailed genealogy. Oh, what I did. I
did
just
you
kept
make it a
clicking.
column,
Go
the
to
last order
detailed
date?
go to detailed genealogy. And then I went to filter.
Yeah, okay, yep, and you,
Then
yep,
I
this
went
is,
to filters. And then I went to auto ship status and push yes. See where it says auto ship? And clicked yes. Has an auto ship. Yep.
okay.
And then I went to update the report. And then now these are only the people who are on your auto ship. Now you don't, because you can change your columns, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so if you go to columns and then if you add in your um
Yes, you can do
yeah, go to
last
columns and then
ordered.
I put last ordered, yeah. Yep. And so what I did is I put last order, I moved that one over, and then I also moved over the phone number.
Just so you guys know, again, we went to columns and this allows what you see in your back office. So once you see all the columns, you can see they're all here. There's a
Mhm.
lot that aren't necessary regularly, but you just highlight the one you want and then press the one arrow. If you press the two, it's going to bring everything over. So last ordered, and it will put it at the bottom.
Yeah.
But if you want to see it,
And then I
like
moved it
right
up
away
to the,
by their name, you can
yeah,
move it up by their name. So it's
right.
easier to see.
Yep. And then I moved over the phone number.
And then you did their phone, and then
Yep. And I
you
moved
can
that
move
up
their
too.
phone up
Yep.
as well. So then
Yep.
she's got the
And then,
information she wants
yep.
easy.
And then I moved everything else out, like all that other stuff back, like the lifetime rank and all that. I moved that out.
Oh, wow, nice.
Well, only because when I want to print it, I don't need all that other information.
Yep, that's so
Otherwise, it
smart.
fills up. I don't need all of that. So I
Mm,
moved all of that other information out. Not that it really matters. Do you mean?
yep, yep.
But but then so then if you click on last ordered,
Mhm.
if you click on that, and then it'll actually put it in that order. And so then you can see. So what I did is I put last ordered, and it would have been and then anybody who,
I'm just gonna update this for everybody. I don't know why it's only showing 3, but just so you
because
guys
it's a new
know,
month, because it's a new month, probably.
oh, thank you, that's why.
Right.
Um, But just so you guys know, when you can put a hand over the column like this, it means that you can categorize it from least to highest, or if you click it again, it'll go highest to lowest, right? So this is going by date. But
Correct.
to print the report, if she just did last ordered in cell, which is genius, getting rid of everything else, over here, this is where you can download the report and it will download into an Excel spreadsheet for her to print.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. And so when I
Genius.
looked at last order, now remember it's just for subscription. So when I
Mhm.
looked at last order, then I looked to see anybody who had placed an order from the 26th until the 30th. I didn't text them because they already were involved in the specials. And so
Mhm.
anybody else that didn't, then I knew who I should be contacting because they hadn't taken advantage of the specials because the specials only started on the 26th. So if they had no order from
Mhm.
the 26th until the 30th, then I knew that they hadn't taken advantage of the specials yet. And they were the ones then that needed to know. And then also
So smart.
that customer, do they know, can you go back to that page again?
Yes.
That because what you want to know too is your customer. Um, so you go back to your reports or whatever, right? Yeah. So it says reward circle customers. See where it says reward circle? And I did in my whole organization. So I click on that.
It's thinking. You guys all remember how much I love my Wi-Fi. There we go.
Okay, and then you can see where it says total credits available. That the way off to the that's total credits redeemed. That code is available. So then that's where you can see like where are their customer dollars just kind of like sitting there. And so then that's where they could have gotten the 30% off and then plus taken that off. And so one of the people that she had me help her place an order, but she placed a $630 order. And yes, and by the time, because she needed Axio, she's like, I'm stocking up. And by the time that then she got the 30% off, right? So now it's down to 400 and some. And then she took another $40 off. So a $630 order before tax and shipping. So think about how much that would have been, right? It came to $405. So when you think
Wow.
about that, 200 and some, because she used up some of those credits that she had available. So I would say that for your customers, the best gift that you can give them is to make them aware that they have those credits available, especially when there's any discounts, because then they can, in her case, you think about that. It was 680 some, and she got it for, I'll never forget, she's like 405. And so I told her like how much she'd gotten off, how much money she'd gotten off. So it was like $220 she got off, and then another 40 because she used some of those loyalty dollars.
What a
So
gift. And
yeah,
you guys, what I did here under this report is I clicked this twice. So total credits available. It started at 0 and went to the highest. I clicked it again and it goes highest to lowest. Now, I would venture to guess that some of these people up here have no idea that they have this amount of credits that are sitting there.
right. And
Maybe
especially this
no
first
idea.
person. You know what I'll do sometimes too? Can you click on that first person's name? Now, do you see where it says how many credits this person has and hasn't redeemed any of them? So if you click on, sometimes I'll go through, if they have a lot of credits there, I go through and then you can look at what they had ordered the last time. And you can see if they're using up their reward dollars or not. But sometimes it's good customer service to just go in the back. And if you click on their order, and you can scroll up and then you can see
Nothing.
there's no reward. So whoever that is should be
Oh,
contacted and let them know that this person can be getting $220 off of every one of their orders.
row. This is kind of sketchy. I bet compliance is gonna catch this. When this shows up sometimes and we have an order like this, wow, isn't it? Look at their subtotal, how much they paid.
Oh, that's like
Sometimes, yeah, this is spammy spam. Oh, we
yeah,
know this, don't we, Dean? We know this. We've dealt with this.
I've
Yeah,
had them
that's
before.
why
Yeah,
it says
I've had those
0.
before. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just good to just make like, and this here person way down, this Laura Hiltz, do you see that? Like she hasn't
Mhm.
redeemed any of her points. And so she just needs to be, they usually appreciate it. They're so grateful if you
Yeah.
call them up and say, you know what, I could save you a little bit more money. You don't have to spend any more money, but you can save some extra money by doing that. But especially when there's these 30% offs. I mean, then really tap into them. If they place a separate order, then they can use some of those as well.
Yeah, you guys, looking ahead, like, I know not all of us have huge organizations yet, but looking at this report is so worth it because we've all been long enough to have customers that have fallen out and probably will show up on this report and they've got credits hanging out there. And what would it be worth to them to come back and place an order and use some of those credits to try some products again, or be able to just get them at a discount because maybe they didn't want to pay full price, right?
Right.
Because I know this Laura Hiltz, her enroller, Jackie, is on my California team and she's been checked out for quite some time. So she probably has no idea that she has those credits out there. So this is great information, Gloria. I just, again, I'm so proud of you and I'm so impressed by you and all the legwork that you did, but all the legwork that you did, and it only added up to about 2.5 hours of your time. And look what it did. Look what
Right.
it did. in all capacities. So congratulations to you.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
And like I said, I know that I've said this before, but that greatest thing that I took out of that class is like, set your goals, and your goals should be scary, and your goals should be unobtainable. I mean, like, you should set them so high. That's your, I mean, excuse me, no, your dream. Do you know what I mean? Set
Mhm.
your dream that it should be unobtainable, that you think like that's impossible, but set it, write it down, or tell somebody, or text it to Tanya. There you go, text it to her. That works for me, you know. And then you set your goals of the things that you know you can achieve. What are the things that you can achieve to maybe accomplish that dream? And then you feel good because you've accomplished the goal. And then the dream, you just put it out there and it's like, it's impossible. But yet then it becomes possible.
Love it. Thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you for blessing us. You guys, she's going to be the guest on the One Person Big Difference Zoom next week if you want to hear this again and see it again. So everybody wants to hear from her. And Sheila, I'll find out on the subscription question that you put on there, if they lose credits, if they're no longer on subscription. I can't say for sure yes or no. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I'll get it. Okay. All right. Okay, let's end in prayer. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for working through Gloria's business and working through her the way that you did yesterday, and just showing us just how big you are and what is possible if we just believe and release it and surrender it to you, all while putting in the action and doing our part. And I just pray that we can just keep that as a theme for this team as we go forward in the months to come, resting it at your feet, but doing our part and putting in the work, and help us all to just think the unthinkable and reach for the things that we think are unreachable, knowing that you are by our side and knowing that all things are possible through you. So we give you all the glory, and we're just so grateful. Thank you so much for this team and these amazing people. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
And one more thing, and I'll put it on the Team Act page. I want to remind you, Liddell and I are doing a Zoom together. I'm going to help her come up with content and learn reels, and doing stories, and that will be this Saturday. And we have moved up the time, so we will be doing it at 7:30 Pacific, 8:30 Mountain, 9:30 Central. And anyone that wants to join us is free to do that if you want some tips and tricks and want some more knowledge on how to do that. Okay.
Is that
All right.
AM or PM?
AM. Bright and early to start the day. But I'll make sure it's recorded as well, just in case someone wants it. So, okay. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Mwah. Congratulations on a great month, and have a great night.
Thank
Bye.
you.